the best parts about having a triumphant return to YouTube and then not making a video for 2 months because you got decision paralysis is that your book internet bestie will get so jealous of the attention and make a video herself. Of course, I'm talking about my enemy and best friend, Emma from Drinking by My Shelf. I was like, what is her name? And then I was like, oh, it's also my name. Emma from Drinking by My Shelf. She and I decided to maximize our joint Emmas and do another video, another love/hate video. We used to do these all the time a couple years ago, and now we're back. This time around, we went for a new experiences moment. Normally, we would pick things that the other person had watched, read, consumed in some way. So there was some history there, some time for that love or hate to really digest, linger, sit. This time, these were all things neither one of us had experienced. So it was fun because there wasn't much time to really let any big emotions linger, persist, digest. Okay, let's get into it. Let's do the first thing, which is the book. I have the book somewhere. I'm not gonna go get it. The book is The Housemaid. It's called The Housemaid. Is it called The Housemaid? Yeah, The Housemaid by Frida McFadden. Frida McFadden. I'm really curious if that is her real name or if that is a pseudonym. From New York. I guess I had no idea. Oh, she's a doctor. You know what? I bet that's not her real name. This book, The Housemaid, is very popular. It's a popular book. It just got announced that it's being adapted into a film, I believe with Amanda Seyfried, and Sydney Sweeney and some other people. So I was like, okay, this should be fun. Emma and I have buddy read a few thrillers in our day, and normally we have pretty different reactions. So this was quite fun to do. Roll clip.
Why do I have the same eye color as this stock photo? I'm gonna read The Housemaid. I was recently at an airport flying. I lived, if anyone wants to know, and I saw so many middle-aged ladies reading this book and its sequels. So that could be, a great thing or a bad thing. My initial prediction is that Emma won't like this book because she has read so many thrillers. And because she's read so many thrillers, she's just going to be like, this one's just kind of fine, or like boring, or like not surprising. I don't read very many thrillers. So my prediction is that hopefully I'll enjoy it. I read 36 pages. It is the next day. I really need to read more today. I plan on it. I actually have like a ton of energy right now, and that's not normally when I do my best with reading books physically. But, we're on a time crunch. This book is very poorly written. Like sentence structure-wise, it is so poorly written. So I'm not loving that. I'm switching to the audiobook. I tried reading more of it physically, and it's not like it's difficult. It's just, I don't want to read it. Like, I'm not excited to read it. If that makes sense. Nothing is really happening so far. Like, the housemaid has moved into the house, and the woman who hired her seems a little unhinged. And she has the hots for the husband because he's attractive. And the little girl daughter is giving the Shining twins. So I think I'm just going to switch to the audiobook, which is weird. You can only find the English audiobook on Audible. Like, wasn't at the library, wasn't at Libro FM. I don't know. That's a conspiracy that I will be cracking in this video. I find this book really interesting because it's very tropey. Like, this whole plot is very tropey, and you can tell the author is aware of that. Like, the author has these moments in the text where she is challenging, this idea of like the main kind of character's employer being seen as like crazy and having spent time in the loony bin is something that like the main character doesn't agree with, like vilifying mental illness. There's a couple points where she's kind of like, well, I don't judge anyone. I don't like want, everyone has problems, da 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 da. but it's still a huge part of the book. A huge part of the book is like this character is seen as villainous because she is seen as crazy. There's some weird food stuff here, like the employer character like eats a lot. It seems like, you know, has gained weight over time, and she's kind of viewed as gluttonous. Like when she's eating food in the book, the way it's described is sort of like she's a glutton. Like all of her food has lots of butter on it and fat, and she's not on a diet like the other moms. She's always eating. I don't know. That doesn't sit well with me. Like some of this stuff just doesn't sit well with me, if that makes sense. But I feel like there's going to be some twist, and like the dad character, like the husband who's like seems really nice and is really handsome and is a really good guy, is going to be like actually the bad guy. Finished The Housemaid. The audiobook was fun. Yeah, I mean, it was a fun book. None of it surprised me. None of it was shocking. None of it was like, whoa, you know, but I understand the appeal of it. It was satisfying. It was a very satisfying story. I just don't think it was particularly well written, nor was it surprising. I'm really torn on this one because going in, I was like, I don't think that Emma's gonna like this book because I feel like she just reads so many thrillers, it's gonna be so obvious what's going to happen, and her standards are high. So I don't know, because it was fun, but it wasn't good. So it's difficult. I need to think about it, and by the time hopefully I lock in my predictions, I will have had some revelation. We'll see.
As you can see, I thought the book was absolutely fine, leaning towards bad. So that's where my heart really is right now for my reaction personally. I think having now a couple days away from finishing the book, I'm going to say that Emma did not like it. I just think she's going to think it was like really played out and kind of stupid. So we're going to find out. I'm actually really nervous because, you know, I'm out of practice. I'm out of practice in this game.
Oh, hi. It's me, the better Emma here, to give you my answers to the love-hate challenge. Let's see if you guessed these right. Firstly, let's do the book, which was called The Housemaid by Frida McFadden, which you know because you also read it, and if you're this far in the video, you have watched Emma read it. I hated this book. I hated it. I genuinely think this is one of the worst things I've ever read, and that sounds like a ridiculous thing to say, and I've probably said that about many books before, but it's definitely true about this one. I mean, it was awful. I thought this was absolutely awful. Everything about this book was ridiculous, and I am baffled at how popular this book has been. I actually really expected to enjoy this one, but no, that was a big old hate, like 1-star book for me. I will be watching the TV show then.
I knew she wasn't gonna like it. I knew she was gonna like it from the moment I saw it. I feel great about that. I feel like Emma, her emotions, at least hating books, swing so much bigger than mine. There are very few books that I feel like I really despise, so it's really fun when Emma hates something because she's so good at articulating it. It's so delightful. Like, there's nothing better than Emma hating a book. All right, 1 for 1. Let's see. We watched a film. This film was highly anticipated, probably for both of us, I'm going to assume, because both of us are big Bridget Jones' Diaries fan. Bridget Jones's Diary fans. Anyway, we watched this film. It just came out, and this is what happened when I watched it.
I made myself a latte. A lot of crafting that I want to do, and I'm going to watch Bridget Jones while I do it. So I'm very excited. I love Bridget Jones. I love this whole series. The third one, take it or leave it. We actually did the third one in a love/hate video like forever ago. So I'm excited. I'm excited for the new Bridget Jones. I have waited to watch it for this video. I'm pumped. Fun fact, the first movie came out when I was like 6 years old, and it was one of my favorite movies as a 6-year-old. My mother would like cover my eyes during the inappropriate parts, but man, did I learn about British cursing from a young age, and I think that's beautiful. And I think that's why Emma and I are friends now.
You look very beautiful tonight, Mrs. Darcy.
This is a good movie to watch on your period. Yep. Watched the beginning of Bridget Jones, the first 10 minutes, and then I had to move my TV and change my shirt. So I feel emotionally impacted by that first 10 minutes deeply.
Okay. No, it's all right.
Of course, the hot younger man is gonna ghost you. His name is Rockster. Absolutely gorgeous film. I loved it with my whole entire heart. Bridget Jones is unparalleled. Is really the thing. It makes me want to rewatch all the movies and also like reread the first book. I didn't read past the first book, but I just love this story so much, and this was so incredibly sweet. There's no way Emma did not love that movie. I would be shocked. I would be a little bit shocked.
Obviously, I loved it. There was a tear in my eye many times. I feel pretty confident that Emma loved it, but I'm getting really nervous. Like, Emma tends to like... okay, this is the thing. Emma is a bigger critic in terms of books than I am, but I think I'm a bigger critic in terms of movies. And that is something that I feel like I just ascertained, like I just had some sort of like moment realizing that. But I think she loved it. I also loved it. I feel pretty good she loved it, but I do not want to look like an idiot, so.
Next category is movies. So we watched Bridget Jones, number 4, Mad About the Boy. Do you think I loved this one, or did I hate this one? I hope the answer is obvious. I loved this one. That was a delightful film. Anyone who didn't love that, looking at you, Emma, let's hope that our answers have aligned here, needs to take a good hard look at themselves, because that film was delightful, it was funny, it was heartwarming, it was tear-jerking, it was very pretty to look at because of Leo Woodall. It was just a delightful end to the series, so I absolutely loved that one.
I feel incredible. I mean, yeah, I mean, who wouldn't have loved Bridget Jones' Mad About the Boy? Cynics and freaks. That's all I'll say. I agree with her. I'm really nervous about this last one. I felt super confident about the other two categories, but this one I'm like, good hair look. We decided to watch the first episode of a TV series, and Emma threw out a couple options, and we chose to do A Good Girl's Guide to Murder.
I'm about to start the first episode of Good Girl's Guide to Murder. I don't like a ton of YA stuff, but I still enjoy like a mystery, a YA mystery, like a teen detective. It's the Nancy Drew lover in me. Also, crafting. Anyway, my prediction is going in for me. I will think it's cute and I will enjoy it. And my prediction for Emma is that she will think it's cute and will enjoy it. I'm literally 10 seconds in. I didn't realize, first of all, this was in association with BBC, so I guess in the UK it's on the BBC and here it's on Netflix. But the other thing is, I did not read this book. I should preface by saying that I did not read this book. I am a huge fan of the Truly Devious series by Maureen Johnson, and it's already giving a little bit Truly Devious, so I'm in. And I really like the Charlotte Holmes series by Brittany Cavallero. Both super fun. Maybe Sex Education has broken my brain, because in that show they did not wear uniforms and it was like English but sort of like an American high school vibe. Are there schools in England where you don't have to wear a uniform? Like public schools? I know public schools means private schools, and private schools are also private schools, but like state schools. Are there state schools where you don't have to wear a uniform? Please She's from Orlando, Florida. Is she doing a good accent? Sound off. English accent?
Hey, idiots! You dropped your computer brain cell!
I don't think so. I don't think so. Maybe her accent will get better. But going from watching Bridget Jones, where Renee Zellweger is like the only American actress who's really good at a British accent, to this girl, it's not good. Like, it's bothering me, you know, and I'm an American. I mean, I get that she's like on Wednesday and she's like a hot actress, but could they have like hot as in like popular, you know what I mean? But couldn't they have cast like a British girl, you know? Just for the accent, or just an American who is better at doing an accent. Vibes are okay. I wish it was more Veronica Mars and less sex education meets Veronica Mars. I guess that's kind of the point, but it's just going in so quick, and I don't know, I guess it'll unfold. I finished episode 1 of Good Girl's Guide to Murder. She's a good girl, you know, she makes good grades. She doesn't drink. She kind of irritates people. She was like me when I was a teenager. Beyond the accent, which I just feel like goes in and out, and she doesn't talk a lot, which I feel like helps. I don't know. Again, please let me know if you think her accent is good. I thought it was fine. Like, I'm not like horrifically intrigued by what was going on, but it was cute. It's a good show to watch while crafting. My prediction right now, because I'm gonna film my real hard predictions tomorrow, is that Emma didn't love it. She didn't love it. She was a little bored. That's what I'm gonna guess. She was a little bit bored.
You can see, like, I didn't love it. I didn't hate it either. I felt almost nothing about it. You know what I mean? I think the real thing for me is I wouldn't continue watching it. Now, the accent I found very distracting from the main actress, who is not English, and she's doing a British accent. I don't know, someone probably could tell me like what part of England her accent is supposed to be, and I just found it kind of boring and not very intriguing, and I have a feeling that Emma's gonna have found it boring. This is the only thing that I feel unsure about it, but I think Emma might have hated it.
And finally, the final category was TV shows. So we watched the pilot of A Good Girl's Guide to Murder. Well, did I love this one or did I hate this one? To be honest, it's like neither. It's like kind of in the middle. But if I have to pick one, I'm going to align with I hated this one. That is harsh. I didn't actually hate this. I thought that this episode, I only watched episode 1. I thought this episode was fine. But I haven't read the book, so I didn't know what to expect. And I wasn't hooked by it. I found the main actor really annoying because the English accent was really bad, and so I think that threw me out of it a lot. I then, after I finished watching the episode and was like, I'm not really going to watch the rest of it, I then googled what happens, and then I kind of regretted not having kept going, because actually I think that plot sounds like I would have got really sucked in. But I was expecting this to be like Pretty Little Liars, which I loved, and it just was like nowhere near as good as that. So let's call this one a hate. But realistically, it was like a meh. It was like I have no feelings. I have not thought about it once since finishing watching it, and now in this moment. So did you guess them right? Let's find out.
Did I not guess word for word what she was going to say? I feel exactly the same way. That accent was R-O-U-G-H. You know what I mean? It was bad. Wow, I feel so good. Like, I just feel really, really good. Maybe this time away from making these videos has made me stronger. I'm really fascinated to know if Emma guessed right for me. I feel like she probably did, because we had the same opinions about everything. Yeah, I want to know, like, do you guys like these things? Did you like The Housemaid? Did you like Bridget Jones mad about the boy? I'm assuming yes, because obviously that movie was lovely. Is Good Girl's Guide to Murder like actually good? I did not Google the plot, so. And if you have any ideas for other themes of love/hate, please comment below.